Welcome back to Central High School, Springfield, Missouri. This is our boys 18 and under 7A Gold Ball Championship game. The Indianapolis Wildcats taking on the Omaha Roadrunners. Steve Largent, Paul Gilmore. 3-ball right out of the gate. Miles Johnson hits a 3.
Yeah, it could potentially be a long night if he's hitting those consistently. You've got an already fired up Indianapolis crowd, rocking and raring to go.
This shot there, Johnson leads him the other way.
Nice body control for Roscoe, unable to put it in. That's Luke Ruddle with the 3-pointer. And already Indianapolis is right where they want to be, 6-0. And that's a quick 8-0 start for Indianapolis, and Coach Mott and the Roadrunners are going to need to take a timeout to talk about it. Just 1 minute, 1 minute and 6 seconds into the game. They need to take a timeout as it's 8-0 Indianapolis over Omaha.
Been a great atmosphere here so far today, Paul. We've got Gold Ball Championships all day today. Cincinnati in the boys 16U, Gold Ball 6A. Trinity Pacific, California in the Gold Ball 5A, 16U. SWCHA Saints from Wisconsin, they won boys 18U D3B Gold Ball Championship. Rockford Fire won the boys 18U Division 3C Gold Ball. Bluegrass United 62-39 over Dallas, boys 14U 3A Gold Ball. And then last game we had today, Rockford Fire taking out Northwest Arkansas Hornets in the boys 14U TA. So you called it something Wednesday.
Golden Wednesday.
Golden Wednesday. And we're living it up here. Omaha Roadrunner basketball.
So quick programming note, if you're looking for Parkview as one of our featured courts, unfortunately Facebook has been down most of the day. So if you are looking for the action over there, make sure and send a shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. See if he can do something about that.
Stephen Beasley's chip shot won't fall. It'll be Roadrunner basketball. David Koch up top there. That's Nathan Leaders. Picks up his dribble. Koch had a great game yesterday. Couple of switches defensively going on for the Wildcats. Luke Ruddle. 3-ball for Wirtz. Won't connect.
I think the place would have come down if he had made that.
Koch the other way. Wildcats, just like they did yesterday, got off to a fast start and held their opponent scoreless for the first several minutes, built a nice lead, and never looked back. They're on their way to doing that again today. There's Miles Johnson with 2 more.
That's going to be it's a tough matchup for anybody, but it's going to be a tough matchup for Omaha as Johnson, big man, powers it in, but he also can stroke the 3-pointer.
So Ruddle so far with 3 and Johnson with the other 7.
It was Beasley that put that in.
Beasley stops the shutout. Wirtz.
Nice touch pass from Ruddle.
Nice.
Unbelievable block from Beasley.
Koch working against Ruddle. Some contact, but no, now we do have a foul. And that's going to go on Luke Ruddle, his first team foul of the ball game.
Well, not only did Beasley make Miles Johnson eat that, he's making me eat my own words. Talking about how nobody can match up well with him. He got up there.
Avery Brown checks in for the Roadrunners. Get it into Dominic Wirtz. Working against Noah Shook. Cock into the lane. 3-ball, left side, right side rather. Over the back, no good. Pretty good look for Stephen Beasley, but couldn't knock it down.
I was about to say the same thing. He was very confident taking that shot, and it's good to see that from the Roadrunners. Maybe a little shell-shocked out of the gate, but it seems like they're settling down a little bit now.
Luke Ruddle, 6-1, 2 points in the game. Back to Shook, back to Ruddle. Dribble drive underneath to Johnson, gets fouled from behind, it'll be on the floor. One team foul apiece now. Quick substitution here. That's Ethan Brown. He's 6'4". A little more size in the lineup. He stands next to Seth Sutherland. Noah Shook for 3. No. That looked really good. I thought that was going down.
Yeah, great job on the substitution, bringing in Ethan Brown. He got the rebound right away.
Great no-look pass from Nathan Leaders inside. They can't convert. Wildcats coached by Coach Jeremy Bialek. Omaha Roadrunners coach Thad Mott. Playing for a gold ball right here. Early 10-2 lead. Seth Sutherland. Back to Ruddle. Through Johnson's hands. And Miles Johnson there on the sideline. Has the lane if he wants it. I thought he'd take him one-on-one.
Yeah, Javen's actually guarding him pretty well. Nice slipstream by Miles.
Speed inside to Miles Johnson. And one. We're going to call a foul. So Miles Johnson already with 8 will shoot for 9 here. And Nathan Leaders will take a seat. Dominic Wirtz. Starters for the Wildcats were Shook, Roscoe, Ruddle, Johnson, and Wirtz. As Johnson knocks down the free throw. He's got 10.
Well, you score the first 10 points out of 13, and you get to catch a break.
Javen Cock, Dominic Wirtz with the basketball. Stephen Beasley here to the left. Shot short by Wirtz. A.J. Rogers will push it the other way. Good job to corral that pass. Ruddle, deep 3. Oh my! He's got 6.
Wow. 16-2 out of the gate.
Oh, an elbow. Yep, he swung his arms and caught Rogers. So that's another Omaha Roadrunner foul.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's the second on Beasley, so he's got to take a seat. Leaders comes back in, but yeah, you got to be careful with those elbows. I know at the NBA level, if there's an elbow anywhere near the head area, they automatically review it.
Even college, that's a big deal. Division I, you spend more time on the sideline looking at the monitors trying to figure out if it's a flagrant one or what the deal is, how they're going to rule it. It's a point of emphasis all across the board. Missed 3 by Roscoe. Dominic Wirtz, Leaders back in the ball game. To a driving Avery Brown, who scores the first 2 for him. Brown and Beasley with all 4 of the points for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, one thing Leaders did so well yesterday was direct that offense.
Yep.
And he had so many tremendous no-look passes that he just laid off. He's such a great ball handler.
Johnson wants to get to the hole himself. Spins off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound. Dribble drive. Back to Seth Sutherland. His first 2 points of the game. We'll shoot 1 here.
Well, and one thing the Wildcats do so well, and you can tell that they've played as a unit for a long time, and I can say that because I believe I remember calling their 12 and under games with a lot of these same players.
Wow.
And so they've played together for a long time, and they just seem to know where each other are going to be, not only on the offensive side, but on defense. They just play so well as a unit.
Well, it's fun to watch them grow up and get cohesive and be able to handle these moments. 30-second timeout called by Coach Bialek. We'll keep it here. Seth Sutherland just got his first 3 points of the game. Luke Ruddle with 6. He's hit 2 threes. Miles Johnson in fuego from the beginning here. He's got 10. For the Roadrunners, Stephen Beasley has 2. Avery Brown has 2. And certainly not the start they were hoping for. You just kind of got to survive the blows that the Wildcats are throwing. Get your legs under you and then assert yourself as you can. But this is quite a hole here in a gold ball championship game, 14 points.
Well, and some of that we talked about yesterday. You look at what the Wildcats were able to do in their game. They won 71-34, right? So nearly a 40-point win. And they were able to get a lot of time for other guys than their starters. Meanwhile, the Roadrunners had a barn burner as Miles Johnson steals it, lays it up, and gets fouled. But they won 55-54, so they had to fight and claw all game long yesterday to come back and win that game. And you know, you don't want to just suggest that maybe they're a little bit more tired or mentally exhausted, but 2 very different games yesterday between these 2 teams.
The other thing that's happening here is quickly, as Johnson misses the front end of his 2-shot foul, is all of a sudden the Roadrunners have got 5 team fouls. So that's going to put the Wildcats in a free throw position here before too much longer, possibly even before we get out of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's obviously not the position that they want to be in, already down 16.
Stephen Beasley, nice pass underneath to Peter Brown. He's got 2. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Roscoe thought about going baseline. Ruddle between the circles to Johnson. Nice pass underneath for Shook. He'll kick it back out. 3 ball for Roscoe.
And there's just so many extra passes happening in that offensive sequence. I mean, you have the initial pass underneath on the baseline. A lot of players would have tried to go for the layup just because they're right there. But they just keep making that extra pass, and it results in good things.
Under 90 seconds now here in the opening quarter. Stephen Beasley off a screen from Brown. Going to baseline, pull up for the 3, a little step back, got it. He's got 5.
Yeah, nice shot for Beasley, recognizing the space.
Goes off Johnson's foot. Beasley, what awareness to lead ahead to Cox. Lays it in. His first 2 points.
Yeah, great, like you said, great awareness by Beasley, falling on the floor, tossing it up to Javen.
3 ball for Ruddle. He hits another one. That's 3.
Uh-oh, he's feeling it. He's 3 for 3.
Wow, Beasley. Cock goes baseline, floats one up. It will not fall. Looked like it might roll around a drop. Johnson gets the rebound ahead to Roscoe. And Ruddle will hold with 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 15-point lead. Chance, let's go Cats, arise from the cheering section here. What an atmosphere, what fun. Johnson launches the 3, in and out. 3 seconds to go. He from 3-quarter court. Won't go into the first, 26-11.
Pretty good look from Wirtz, actually.
26-11. Again, if you want to watch this game or any of the games we have going, we understand we got some Facebook issues, as Paul was pointing out. But NCHCLive.com. We got 2 feature channels, BBC and here. Those games are running fine, so go on there, subscribe to the channels. You can see the archive games there. You can watch what's live still to come. NCHCLive.com. We'll be right back with more from Central on YouTube.
I used to think that living with aches and pains was just going to be part of my life, but now I have a secret weapon, real-time pain relief cream. I just rub it in and the pain is gone. It smells great, doesn't burn my skin, But don't take my word for it. You can try it yourself for just $1. Order yours now at tvpainrelief.com. Again, that's tvpainrelief.com. Real-time pain relief. It will be $1 well spent.
Paul Gilmore, Steve Largent, Central High School, for the boys 18U 7A Gold Ball Championship game. 26-11. The Indianapolis Wildcats have the lead. As we start quarter two, it'll be Omaha Roadrunner basketball.
One thing the Roadrunners are going to have to do in the second quarter is take care of the basketball, which is easier said than done against this feisty Indianapolis Wildcats defense. But it's led to so many fast break points for the Cats.
Beasley stripped by Johnson. Spins in the lane, off the glass, and good.
And that's what we're talking about. I mean, that was the epitome of the first quarter. And again, now it's a 17-point lead as we start the second quarter.
13 points for Johnson. Three ball for Leaders from the corner, no good. Johnson towers above everybody. Can't quite secure the rebound. Nice reverse by Peter Brown. He's got 4.
And I like what the Roadrunners are doing in that offensive set. They're doing a lot of dribble handoff action, and it's actually done it very well against the Wildcats.
Rogers thought that Johnson would roll and be there for that little pass. Rogers lays it in. His first 2 points of the game.
There's just so many guards on Indianapolis that are able to get their hands in the passing lanes and poke the ball away. I mean, you really have to have your head in the game as a guard against them.
Wirtz to Beasley. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Guess who? The Indianapolis Wildcats. Avery Brown checks in. Stephen Beasley will get a quick rest. Noah Shook steps out for a moment. Seth Sutherland, Jake Roscoe, Luke Ruddle, A.J. Rogers, and Miles Johnson on the floor. They get it to Johnson, who can go one-on-one if he chooses. Into Avery Brown. Was that Cock that he went into? I think it was Cock.
Yeah, it was, but I think it was a good no call.
3 ball from that side, no good. That was Seth Sutherland. Leaders to Javen Cock. There's the elbow. Offensive foul. You drop that shoulder, it's an automatic offensive foul.
Well, I think the Cats can already kind of sense some frustration from the Roadrunners, and so they're looking for those opportunities to kind of get into the mental part of the game.
Roscoe will take it across half court. They go away from Ruddle. Inside to Johnson. He's double teamed, spins, scores anyway.
Well, he had kind of a slow start in yesterday's game. That is not the case today.
Well, in talking to Coach Milek after the game yesterday, I made the comment, boy, you hit them early, they never recovered. He said, yeah, we've done that all season long. It's just tonight we didn't give up the lead. So there's some concern on that bench that maturity stays. Ball bounces around for Cock, it won't fall. That they can maintain the lead, maintain focus and finish, and not give up the lead, and it'd be a tight game at the end.
Yeah,
great drive.
Nice reverse action to Sutherland.
By Sutherland, you bet. And a timeout. It's going to be a full one taken by Coach Thad Mott. 34-13, 26-11 at the end of the first quarter. So it's been an 8-2 run for the Wildcats here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and quick aside, I don't know if you viewers can tell by the saturation levels, but it's good to see a little bit of sunlight outside.
Yeah.
Have a little bit streaming in after a rainy couple of days here in Springfield. But
thunder and lightning yesterday about this time.
Yeah, and even today it's been a kind of a blustery, overcast day, but good to see some weather change here in Springfield. Not sure if it's going to stay that way.
So did the CEO of Facebook not pay the utility bill, the server bill? What happened there?
You know, what's really fascinating about that is you hear a lot of these companies or websites that go down. It happens infrequently, but I've never heard anything about a company as large as Facebook going down.
That's crazy.
It's like half the world goes down when Facebook goes down.
There are lots of people who don't know what to do right now because that's their whole world. Oh, no. It's a virtual the sky is falling moment. The world's coming to an end. It's the apocalypse.
Maybe it's a wake-up call. If someone felt that strongly about Facebook being down, maybe
it's time
to
change.
It's a little too much Facebook. Just a quick note also over in BBC, the Oklahoma City Storm currently lead the Oklahoma City Knights 16-7.
Very good. Again, you can pick up all these games by going to the website. The links are there. You can subscribe and watch them anytime you want. 3 ball for Dominic Wirtz. Buried that one. He's got 3. 34-16. Ruddle, pull up 3. Got it.
Well, answered 3 for 3. Now he's got 4.
Leaders. Spinning between traffic. No look pass for Koch in the corner. Too far ahead of him. He couldn't get there. Full court pressure by the Roadrunners. Now they'll drop back. Luke Ruddle, 6'1". Nathan Leaders in front of him, 5'9", so a couple-inch advantage there. In the corner, going to work off a screen from Wirtz. Back to Wirtz. Good job to recover that loose ball. Shot won't roll. Big recovery, rebound there for Avery Brown. Koch, if he can get a seam, will go. Stick jump shot, 3 ball, won't fall. A.J. Rogers to Luke Ruddle. Wirtz, big boy, 6'4". Long 3, that's the first one Ruddle's missed today. He wanted it too. You could tell when he released and started going down the sideline, he wanted that one to go.
Well, when you're shooting 80% from 3 in the first half, that's going to be tough.
Screen by Brown. He rolls. Too high off the glass, won't fall. Crossover dribble by Rogers with the left hand. He's fouled and will shoot 2. That's the 7th team foul. So Wildcats will shoot free throws on contact fouls the rest of the way. Rogers with 2 points, his first trip to the free throw line. Wildcats 2 of 4 thus far. Stephen Beasley back into the ball game. Peter Brown will take a seat. Bank that one in. They all count. Nathan Leaders calls a play. Spins Roscoe around. Stephen Beasley. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line. We've got a whistle, not going to count. It's going to be on Noah Shook. Just the 2nd team foul for the Wildcats. Beasley, no. Wirtz chases it down. Good hustle by him. Jake Roscoe to Johnson. Faces the basket. Pull-up jumper. Got it. No. Off the back of the iron. This one's going to go against the Wildcats.
As I'm thinking about what is it that makes this Indianapolis team so good, the defensive pressure their guards are able to put on opposing guards. They really struggle getting into an offense because you've got someone like Jake Roscoe that's just hounding you. And then you've got Noah Shook and Luke Ruddle and Seth Sutherland, that all of them are just pressuring you relentlessly to the point where you just get frustrated.
Avery Brown trying to get free and get a shot up. Can't because of that smothering defense you're talking about. Screen set by Caleb Brown. Beasley floats a shot up. Won't fall. There for the rebound is Mitchell Wirtz. That 6'4" frame did a good job of clearing out some space. Johnson to the hole. I don't know if that was partially blocked at the rim or if he just left it short. Nice hustle by Jake Roscoe. Johnson. No look pass inside. And Sutherland loses control. It'll be Roadrunner basketball.
Well, and it looks like Beasley is limping for the Roadrunners. We want to make sure he's okay as he's about to inbound the ball.
He's definitely favoring that right leg. Oh boy, that's not good. Rub some dirt on it, it'll be okay. Beasley will shoot a three. No. Ruddle the other way. Johnson a deep three. Left it short. Gets his own rebound after it's batted around a little bit off his fingertips out of bounds.
But he was down there getting the rebound for his own three-point shot. And the quickness and athleticism cannot be understated for Indianapolis.
Approaching 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Been a fast first half. 54 points on the board. Beasley working against Johnson. Spin move. Alters his shot. Won't go. Gets his own rebound. Up and under. Got it. Pure determination and hustle by Stephen Beasley.
Yeah, that's great work. That was against Miles Johnson as well. Just putting it in.
Three ball again for Ruddle. Won't go. Leader's going to push it the other way. Three ball for Dominic Wirtz. Johnson with the rebound. Under a minute now. 20-point lead. Ruddle will take the handoff from Johnson. Will they push here or play for the last shot?
I imagine they'll play for the last shot, but they seem pretty confident in playing the game their way.
Johnson sets a screen. Nothing comes of it. They flatten out. Everybody comes up. Free throw line extended, maybe a little bit higher. Under 20 now. Ooh, almost to backcourt. Almost lost it. 14. Johnson with a screen. He rolls toward the basket. Wirtz trying to go back to Ruddle. 5. Here's Beasley. Pull-up jumper for 3. At the half. Left it short. 26-11 at the end of 1. 38-18. At the end of the first half. Again, on the line, boys 18U 7A Gold Ball Championship. We'll take a break here and have the second half when we come back from Central High School on YouTube.
They will tell you, you're not tough enough.
Incredible, the fact, obviously, I mean, walking out of here.
You're not strong enough.
Says, let me have it. Whoa, no.
You can't get back up.
Yanni Rubens Barbosa.
You can't succeed. You can't win. You'll never ride the world's ranked sports. But I disagree. I'll tell you this. When you get back up, you will succeed. Yes, you can.
Sim, você pode.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I used to think that living with aches and pains was just going to be part of my life, but now I have a secret weapon, real-time pain relief cream. I just rub it in and the pain is gone. It smells great, doesn't burn my skin, But don't take my word for it. You can try it yourself for just $1. Order yours now at tvpainrelief.com. Again, that's tvpainrelief.com. Real-time pain relief. It will be $1 well spent.
As a young girl playing tennis, I always dreamed of winning an Olympic gold medal for Puerto Rico. Entering the 2016 Rio Games, I was ranked 34th in the world. People said I had no chance to win the gold medal. The odds were against me. No woman representing Puerto Rico had ever won Olympic medals of any kind, and no woman or man had ever claimed gold for Puerto Rico. They said just to be an Olympian was good enough, that the competition was too good, that I should treat this as a building block for my career. They said go to Rio and just enjoy the experience. Well, I did. Yes, I can. And with real-time pain relief, so can you. Real-Time Max is Real-Time's most powerful lotion. Real-Time Max delivers fast pain relief to persistent, intense pain, including deep muscle pain, cramps, and over 100 types of arthritis. Loaded with peppermint, Real-Time Max provides a powerful burst of fast, minty pain relief.
Boys 18U. (7A) Gold Ball Championship game. We are entering the second half here. Paul Gilmore, Steve Largent. It is Wildcat basketball on this end of the floor. Noah Shook misses the jumper from the top of the key. Out of bounds, and Roadrunners will have a chance to get things started their way here in the second half after the Wildcats come up empty. We always talk about the first few minutes of the second half, how important it is, and there's a foul on Ruddle. So for the Roadrunners to climb back in this, Paul, they really need to get some things going in the right direction here.
Yeah, they never were able to settle down in the first half after they got down by 15, 16 points in the first quarter, and it stayed that way in the second quarter.
Wirtz into the lane, over the top, offensive foul against Dominic Wirtz. And that's nothing but guts for Roscoe to stand in there and absorb that kind of punishment.
Yep, he saw that coming from a long bit away. And even though Wirtz was able to jump stop into that layup, he still was called for the offensive foul.
6-0 going into 4-10 or 5-10. So a couple inches difference. Wirtz picks up his dribble, back to the basket. 5 count going on. Johnson's going to bail him out. Offensive foul on Mike Mitchell-Wirtz. So 2 quick fouls on Indianapolis here in the third quarter. Cock, screen, nice roll. And the finish by Peter Brown. He's got 6.
That's been their bread and butter in this game. The times they've been able to score has been on the pick and roll or the give and go.
Or the hook and ladder. Or the what was it they ran in Hoosiers? The picket fence?
Yeah.
Don't get caught watching the paint dry. Nathan Leaders working against Roscoe. Goes right to Wirtz. Leaders for a wide open 3. No. Johnson with a big rebound. The basketball looks like a toy in his hands. Kick out for Wirtz. 3 ball. Yes! Wirtz first points of the game.
Again, another big swing. Leaders unable to hit the 3. Wirtz hits one on the other end, and now we got a cross-court turnover.
6'4" man nails a 3. That's when you know things are going right. Ruddle directing traffic. Johnson comes up. Handoff to Shook. Back to Ruddle. Into Johnson. Spins. Gets his man in the air. Off the glass and in.
Yeah, nice pump fake from Johnson as he was able to get Javen up in the air.
Steal by Ruddle. Back the other way. Got Roscoe. Gonna turn around, see who he can throw it to. Wirtz trying to track it down. Steal by the Roadrunners. And the other way, nice lay-in by Stephen Beasley. 8 points for Stephen Beasley. Baseline drive. 3 ball. Left corner. Nothing but net for Sutherland. He's got 8.
And it helps having someone like Luke Ruddle run the offense because he's just so smooth with the passing. He's passing it right into the shooter's pocket, and that's exactly where they want it.
Wirtz wanted it back. Cock will lean into Johnson. Shot won't go. Rebound Mitchell Wirtz. Johnson wanted to spin. Ball tapped away. Good defense by the Roadrunners. Cock has it stripped on the other end, but he's going to be fouled. Is that on Johnson?
Yeah, they gave that to Miles Johnson.
3rd team foul. Javen Cock, who had a big game yesterday, 2 points thus far.
It's probably 2 more points than I would have if I had Miles Johnson guarding me. Although you can't be sure, I don't know. It's been about 11 years since I played.
I don't know, you're squeaky fast. You might be able to get past him. So what's the Jimmy John's commercial, freaky fast?
Uh-huh.
That's you.
Well, certainly not anymore. I leave that to Jeff Ford.
Oh, this is broadcast. They don't know. Second one goes down.
Now, our buddy Jeff Ford has told me about his accomplishments against the University of North Carolina.
Don't believe everything he tells you. Don't believe everything he tells you. Some of it's true. 4.5 to go here, 3rd quarter. Johnson picks up his dribble. That's Rogers into the lane. Scoop shot. Got the roll. He's got 5. Johnson went for the steal. Offensive foul on Beasley. Again, you drop that shoulder. 12 times out of 10, that's an offensive foul.
Well, and it's tough because Beasley, he's been really good at attacking the basket. I think that's where he thrives, is because he had a step-back three-pointer. He's had an open three-pointer, a couple of drives. But unfortunately, the Wildcats are keying in on that. They know when he gets the ball, he's trying to put his head down.
Right.
And they've had a couple of players that take advantage of that.
Caleb Brown checks in for Stephen Beasley. We approach 4 minutes to play. Johnson will go right down the left side of the lane. Pull-up jump shot with the right hand. Won't fall. Out of bounds. It'll stay. Nope. Go back to the Roadrunners. Nathan Leaders. Gets across half court with Roscoe applying some pressure. Roll to the basket. Had to alter a shot. That was Avery Brown. Roscoe, bounce pass underneath. They'll kick it back out to Rogers. He'll hop step through the lane. Lose it out of bounds. And the Roadrunners will get it back. Javen Koch checks in. He'll replace Ethan Brown. And Coach Bialik wants a 30-second timeout. He's got 3 fulls left.
Well, if you're watching over at BBC, you are seeing Oklahoma City Knights make a furious comeback against the Storm, down just 6 now in what was a nearly 20-point deficit earlier in the game.
Who needs a pep band when you've got the Wildcat cheering section? They can do their own set of tunes during timeouts and breaks.
It's so noticeable when you have those programs that just bring large numbers in force. I mean, we saw that with 2 different Kansas City teams, which granted they're 2.5, 3 hours away. But when you have people coming all over away from Indianapolis that can pretty much fill the bleachers from one end of the court to the other, it definitely creates a fun atmosphere.
I'm not sure. 8.5 to 10 hour drive, somewhere in that range from here to Indianapolis. So it's a day trip for sure. Great support for these kids. The support for that Midwest region is amazing. You and I talked about that on Monday.
And they really support each other too. I remember a couple years ago they had I believe it was a Facebook poll, as Javen Koch puts one in, about which region at Nationals was the strongest. And all of the Midwest region was standing up for each other and just saying, we're the best.
Backdoor cut for Rogers. Drive by Roscoe, high off the glass. Rogers with the rebound, put back won't go. Leaders and Roscoe some contact. Koch looking for a seam, turns the corner, pull-up jump shot, same spot as before. And back-to-back, he's filled it up. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, they'll need to get him going, and he has so far in the third quarter.
For all the scoring that's gone on, Wildcats have still outscored the Roadrunners 10-9 here in the third quarter. So much closer. That first half deficit, a big one to climb out of. Dominic Wirtz launches a 3. Koch up and under. He's fouled. Will shoot 2.
Well, and I think that's what's such a bummer if you're Coach Mott and you're going to look back at this game, however it plays out. But you're going to look at that first quarter and you're just going to shake your head. I mean, it was, 26-11 at the end of the first quarter. And since then, it's almost like they've played them to nearly a standstill.
Right.
I mean, besides that 16-point deficit, we'd have maybe the Roadrunners down 5 now.
In the second quarter, did he make that or miss that? I was looking down.
He missed it.
Okay. The Wildcats outscored him 12-7 in the second. So you take away that first quarter, it's a 5-point lead and then a 1-point lead here. They're only up 6. So yeah, to your point, take the first quarter away, it's an entirely different game for the Roadrunners. I've got Koch with 9. How many do you have him for? 8?
8.
Okay. Javen Koch with 8. 3 ball, right side, nothing but net for Sutherland. He's got 11. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tapped away, nice play by Roscoe. You had a name for that earlier, where the defensive player comes around and tries to tap it away and get the steal. They're trying to get that trap out in front. I thought you had a descriptor for that.
I don't think so. Might have been. Okay. Might have been our friend Scott Staten.
Could have been. Boy, he's a hoot.
He is really fun to work with.
Nathan Leaders all the way around the horn, trying to get it to Javen Conk out of bounds. It'll stay with the Roadrunners.
It's fun having someone like Scott come as well. You know, his daughter's already come and gone through the Indy Trailblazers program, and yet he still comes and supports them year after year.
Floater for Conk won't go, but Brown secures the rebound.
I think they're going to give it on the floor, not a shooting foul. Yeah, I think they gave that to Mitchell Wirtz on the foul. Looked like they threw up a 4-5.
Nathan Leaders will throw it in. He's asking a question of the official down there. Three-man crew for this championship game, as has been the case throughout the tournament. Wirtz kind of shutting off the traffic that direction, forcing it the other way. It's a turnover back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just dropped right between two of the players. A little miscommunication. Got to go back to the Wildcats.
Coach Bialik and Luke Ruddle getting on the same page. Top of the key three for Shook. In and out, no good. Ahead to Conk, lays it in with the right hand.
Yeah, nice Euro step by him. He's in double digits now.
10 points. Let's go. We've got a...
Yeah, they're going to give it a goaltending.
Okay.
As the player slapped the backboard, it started shaking, and when that ball popped out, the referees determined that that shaking is what caused it to come out.
I was blocked out. Who'd they give the 2 points to?
To Roscoe on the fast break.
Okay. 5 points for Roscoe. Nathan Leaders under a minute. Left side Wirtz. Ruddle up in his grill. Picks up his dribble. Conk uses the screen, floats it, and it goes.
Man, he's really come alive in this third quarter. He's got 10 in just the quarter.
Ruddle with 30, looking inside for Johnson. It was Shook who thought it might be for him. Mitchell Wirtz up high. Coach Bialik signaling a play here. 13, 12. Ruddle. Johnson curling around. Going to set a screen. Nice cut inside, and Shook finishes it off. His first 2 points of the game. And that makes it a 55-32 ball game as we head to the fourth.
Well, that's a special play as well. In those moments, the defenders just assume that someone's going to throw up a three-pointer there at the buzzer. Instead, Ruddle looks underneath and throws a bullet pass to a cutting Shook right as the buzzer sounds. It's just beautiful basketball.
Points dead even in that quarter. 14 points for Indianapolis, 14 points for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, much better showing for Omaha.
Balance there. 55-32. We've got the championship game here. Again, boys 18U 7A Gold Ball Championship game. Coming up next, HCYA Warriors from Texas taking on the Tulsa Chef Arrows from Oklahoma. That's the boys 18U Class 3A Gold Ball. We were saying these next three games after this one, you've got quite a bit of experience with one or both teams in the upcoming games. So look forward to hearing great insight and stories and background from Paul Gilmore, broadcast partner today, KC Metro Mavericks, and the FBCHCA Eagles. You had a shortened acronym for that earlier.
Well, I don't know if they call themselves that. I think they do, but
okay.
Since they became a program, we refer to them as FIBA Chiba.
In the most loving of ways.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, we have a lot of love for Coach Leach, who came from, as an offshoot of the HCYA program.
Okay.
As several of the Houston area teams are, CHSM with Coach CJ Pomeroy. He was my coach for 1 year at HCYA when I was playing.
Wow.
Yeah. So really, really cool just to see homeschool basketball grow and just continue to flourish.
Roadrunner basketball as we start the fourth. Final 8 minutes. Drive all the way to the basket for Dominic Wirtz. Comes up empty. Rebound, another shot for Brown. He won't take it. Up top to Stephen Beasley. He tries to pass underneath, but throws it right into the hands of Luke Ruddle. Ruddle ahead to Johnson. Full head of steam. Into the lane. We'll pull it back out. Loaded up like he might shoot the three.
And I would not have been surprised.
No, well.
He's shown he can hit it from there.
He can, but I think the words in the huddle were probably patient. Let's be intentional, deliberate with what we do on purpose and not try and give this fourth quarter away.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Avery Brown, number 33 for the Roadrunners, as we have a foul that's called on against Dominic Wirtz. He's going to go to the line and shoot two. But number 33, Avery Brown for the Roadrunners, that foul was on Shook, is doing a lot of the little things for the Roadrunners that are not going to show up on the stat sheet. He's the one that's setting screens. He's the one that's getting on the ground. Just now on the other end, he took a shot from Miles Johnson in an attempt to take a charge, and no call was called, but those are the kind of plays that...
Still that effort.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he's just showing all the hustle.
Dominic hits both free throws. He's got 5. 3 ball from the corner. Noah Shook for 3. He's got 5. Off the hands of Wirtz, out of bounds. And Avery Brown saying, hey, let's calm down, relax. Self-inflicted wounds are the hardest. You make a mistake and like that. Unforced errors. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yep. And we had 2 in a row just now. We had Dominic Wirtz dribble it out of bounds from the pressure with Roscoe, and then just now Ruddle threw it out of bounds looking for Johnson. So quick anecdote, if I may, while we're wiping some sweat off the floor. If you take a look, I'm not sure if the cameras can show this, but if you take a look at Coach Bielik's shoes.
I was going to bring that up.
They are bright. I don't mean to take this story from you.
Fine.
Are you familiar with?
No,
okay.
I don't know the story.
So right as the Wildcats got to nationals, and the only reason I know this is because I saw Coach Bielik's tweet. He had a video on Twitter of the players presenting him with the shoes for nationals.
Oh, wow.
So he's been wearing them on the sidelines.
That's cool. I just noticed and didn't know if there was a story there or not, but was going to make a comment at some point that he looks sharp with those shoes. Great hustle
from Ruddle.
You bet.
And what's so great about those kind of plays is even though the result is not what Ruddle wanted, it still shows your teammates, I'm going to go for every ball that I can.
I'm all in. Beasley all the way around the horn, loses the handle on it, out of bounds, off of Johnson. This is not a knock on any coach. I know this is a national tournament, you're on the road, and coats and ties and jackets and all that's not fun. But I love to see a coach in a coat and a jacket on the sideline. And Coach Bielik looks real sharp.
He does. He always looks like he's ready to give a sermon at the drop of a hat.
Well,
and I'm sure he could.
He could. He's got that gentle spirit about him. Very gracious man. Thought about going baseline. Instead they'll go up top to Wirtz, who's got a 3 in the ball game. Ruddle directing traffic as we approach 6 to go in the ball game. Working against Peter Brown. Underneath to Wirtz. Won't go, gets his own rebound, saves it to Caleb Leaders. I'm sorry, Nathan Leaders.
Javen Cook lost a shoe. He's still trying to get it on the defensive side of the ball. And there, eventually the ref's going to stop play and let him get his shoe on, as it'll come back the way of the Wildcats.
Threw a shoe. You ever thrown a shoe broadcasting?
I have not. Is that a phrase that is used? Or?
Well, I'll tell you the story later.
Okay.
We got a ball game to broadcast, but it reminded me of a funny moment.
Is it from Rockford Files?
No. No, I was calling a basketball game, and the game was real exciting. I had on loafers, and I had, just to be comfortable, kind of halfway worked my foot out of one shoe, and there was no cover on the table that we were broadcasting from. Alley-oop won't go for Rogers. And I got excited, kicked my foot, kicked the shoe off right into the middle of the court. We were courtside.
During the course of the game.
During the course of the game. So broadcaster threw a shoe. There was a picture of it, and then the caption was broadcaster throws shoe, calling state quarterfinal game.
So you made the news.
Sort of. Well, my shoe did. Javen Cock at the free throw line. I've got him with 12. He is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Make it 3 of 5. Wasn't my fault. They didn't have a cover on the table. 2 for 2. It hits both of those anyway. 4 of 6. 58-36. Wirtz will shoot another 3. Nice range for the big fella.
I like what Beasley's doing as well. Picking up the pace. Unfortunately loses the handle there with Roscoe.
To Ruddle. Down to Johnson. Loses the handle and gets it back. Now we'll reset. Boy, he attracts a crowd.
Yeah, for a moment there, he had 4 on him.
Sets a screen. No roll. Ruddle underneath to Wirtz. There it goes. 5 for Mitchell Wirtz.
And he just knows exactly the right time to pass it. A little bit delayed. It looked like he was going to throw it out up top, and just throws a delayed bounce pass to Wirtz, who lays it in.
Wirtz, good block out on the other end. Gets the rebound. Johnson, deep 3. No.
That's the one he thought about taking earlier. He rain checked it and decided to cash it in at that time.
I'm going to hold this one for later. Beasley turns the corner.
Man, Roscoe just gets so into these plays.
Top shot won't go. 2 Roadrunners on the floor, and they hurt each other.
That's unfortunate. Wirtz had bumped. It looks like Avery Brown and Javen Cock are down, but unfortunately it looks like his head collided with Javen Cock's knee, and they're both shaken up to the point where they can't stand. That's certainly not good. We're sending out our thoughts and prayers to those guys.
Absolutely.
And my mistake, that's not Avery Brown. He's getting ready to check in.
He's behind that group of players that's there. I can't see the number. He's going to get up. Something 4.
Yeah, that's Caleb Brown, number 40.
Teammates come over to check on him. Javen Cock gets up, favoring that left ankle. Well, as you said, our thoughts, prayers with both those young men. Hopefully they can recover a little bit, get back in the ball game. Or if not, be ready for the next one. Avery Brown, 6'2", will step to the free throw line.
Before that, they're going to take care of a little bit of sweat on the court.
Springfield has a holiday tournament every year called the Blue and Gold, and it just starts the day after Christmas and runs about 4 days. You start with 64 teams, and they're all from around the area. Kind of reminds me of this tournament, but this is that tournament on steroids, kind of. But still that same community feel, even though these aren't people from around here. They've all gathered here, but they make it a community while they're here. Makes it really special. Avery Brown gets his 3rd point.
Well, and Avery Brown wasn't the one that got fouled.
Right.
That was Caleb Brown. However, Caleb obviously and Javen had to come out of the game. So instead, designated shooter is Avery Brown. Good choice. Knocks down both.
4 minutes to go. Johnson will take it to the right side. Ruddle will back it up. Calls a play to Johnson at the right elbow. Ooh, had a drive if he'd taken it. Dribble drive for Rogers.
Yeah, so it certainly seems like Rogers is more comfortable driving than shooting. He had a wide open 3 and waited to drive, which is his prerogative. But good to see Caleb Brown back in the game.
Nice screen set by Rogers for Johnson. Johnson been quiet lately, but he's got 19 in the game. Great screen set by Rogers. Make that happen. Left goes Wirtz. Nice shot from Dominic. He's got 7.
Yeah, tough shot. Good shot.
Johnson off the screen by Sutherland. Gives it back to Sutherland. Ruddle fakes the 3. Dribble drive. Scoop shot. Short. Pull up 3. No good for Dominic Wirtz. Rogers going to take it all the way himself. Nothing there. Stephen Beasley. Past Ruddle. Lays it in. He's got 11.
Yeah, tremendous speed from Beasley.
Back to a 20-point game here.
Yeah, Cats are getting a little sloppy in the 4th quarter.
Deep 3. Yeah. That is Stephen Beasley. He's got 14 in the game. And all of a sudden, it's 17.
Well, and you hate to overstate it, but we talked about earlier in the game that 1st quarter deficit. I think right now it would be about a 1-point game.
Yeah, and you can take both sides of that argument. You take the 1st quarter out, it's a very tight ball game, but yet there was a 1st quarter, and the Wildcats came out and punched the Roadrunners, knocked them up against the ropes and knocked them down. So it's a fair analysis argument both ways, but you don't want to discredit the Wildcats for the lead that they built up and got and are maintaining to win themselves a championship game either.
Yeah, 17-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go.
I get it when you broadcast games all day, every day, and really any time. You're looking for cases to make, arguments to make, and things to bring out about a game, a particular thing that's happening.
Well, and along that same line, I'm sure Coach Bialik is happy that they built that 16-point lead.
Exactly. Yeah, that deposit they made in the 1st quarter is paying dividends right now. 3 ball for Ruddle. Trying to pick up where he was hot in the 1st half. Rogers trying to get it to Johnson. Does. Johnson immediately goes baseline. Draws a double team. Rogers can't handle it. Back to Rogers here. Underneath. Lays it in. Rogers with 7. Approaching 90 seconds. Caleb leaders. Goes out of bounds. A couple of subs for the Roadrunners, 1 for the Wildcats. Samuel Wirtz checks in. And Joel Owen going to check in as well. That'll do it for Noah Shook. Starters start to come out. Rogers and Johnson already on the bench. There's Kyle Marks as Luke Ruddle takes a seat. The crowd roaring their approval. Joel Owen, Kendon Winslow, Seth Sutherland, Samuel Wirtz, and Rogers out on the floor. Rogers hands to Sutherland. Skip pass back to Rogers. One minute to go. The boys 18U 7A Gold Ball Championship game. Turnover back to the Roadrunners. Joe Wiedemeyer will check in. He'll replace Caleb Brown. Devon Hall in for the Roadrunners. Also Ethan Brown. Caleb leaders with the ball. Younger brother of Nathan. Braden Human. We got a travel call on Devon Hall. .45 seconds to go. Joel Owen crosses half court. Kyle Marks. That's Joel Owen working against Ethan Brown. Back to Rogers up top. Rogers will drive. Don't anticipate any shots being taken here. We're just going to run clock. Crowd roars to its feet as the final seconds tick off.
The Wildcat fans can taste it. Their Cats are the 7A Gold Ball champions.
Fun moment to watch. 64-45. Your final score. Coach Bialik before the game stopped by, had a quick conversation with him. He said, well, I hope we give you a good show. I think they did.
They certainly did.
64-45, your final score. Coming up next, HCYA Warriors, the Tulsa Chef Arrows. Boys 18U Class 3A Gold Ball game coming up. We'll have that for you next here from the pit at Central High School on YouTube.